Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be covering a bunch of players who should be really good to trade with over on early access. And that is all for a reason. So what we are going to be covering is we're going to be covering why I think these players are going to be good, what's confirming these players potentially being very good in FIFA 20, and a little bit about the past and why they did very well. So, without further ado, let's go and crack underway with the whole theory of why these players should be really good to trade with. Now, as you guys know, at the beginning of FIFA, everyone does the advanced SBCs. The reason everyone does the advanced SBCs is because they're guaranteed money, and because you can pay 3k and get a pack for discards of 6k. So everyone does the advanced SBCs. As a result, the players who are used to those advanced SBCs and the ones that are used very commonly in those advanced SBCs are worth a lot of money. So I basically am going off the hypothesis that these players are going to be very good to trade with at the beginning of FIFA. And another reason I say that is because I literally traded with Zabaleta's and so on and so on at the beginning of FIFA. Now, what gives me a hunch that these players are going to... Basically, EA has also run the exact same advanced SBCs for the last 2 years. And, well, to say the least, they didn't change it up in the capture event. So what we have right here is we have Mr. Matey Gamer's video. Basically what he's done is he's done a video when he was at the capture event covering all the things you should do at the beginning of FIFA. Now, I completely agree with him. You should do all the advanced SBCs. But the advanced SBCs on here are the exact same, and what we're going to do right now is jump onto Foothead, are the exact same advanced SBCs we had in FIFA 19. You see Rare 5, Suspect 7s, Prime 9, Squad Goals. We go over here, we have Rare 5, Suspect 7, Prime 9s, Squad Goals. We also have the requirements here, 100 Chemistry, 11 Leagues, exactly gold, 6 players. Here, let's go through that again. 6 rares, exactly gold, 11 blah 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 blah. Basically, it is the exact same thing. And as a result, we can kind of come to the conclusion that, again, it is a conclusion, that may not happen, but off of a habit of EA doing the same thing for the last 2 years, we can probably presume that they're going to go and drop the exact same SBCs, and as a result, work out who's going to be really good to trade with when everyone's opening packs and flooding players, before everyone starts going and buying these players and does the advanced SBC. So, let us go and show you what happened, I guess, last year. So we have got the likes of Zabaleta, who I showed you on the screen earlier. Now, Zabaleta, as you can see at the beginning of FIFA, was extremely good, being worth here about 6k on both consoles. And the reason he was worth 6k on both consoles is because you have SBCs like this, which want you to use 11 different leagues. Now, you've basically got to pick one nation for this, and a lot of people use Argentina. Now, if I go and show you how many right backs are from Argentina, you can see you have Zabaleta and Bustos. As a result, there are only 2 options from Argentina. So when people are doing this SBC right here that needs 11 different leagues from one nation, they only have 2 options. And as a result of only having 2 options and being a very popular nation, who's worth 6k at the beginning of the game. Hopefully you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. So players that are commonly used in SBCs and have a lack of substitutes are worth a lot of money. Paha Zabaleta could be worth 6k at the beginning of FIFA. We had loads of players like this. We had Mera, we had a bunch of the Brazilian left wings, you may remember. So basically what I've done is I've compiled a list of about 8 or 9 different filters of players that should be worth a lot of money. Starting off with Brazilian goalkeeper. Now, of course, when you need to use 11 different leagues and one nation, what you've got to understand in this as well is it's not just this SBC. This one you need to use 9 leagues but one nation. This one you need to use 7 leagues with one nation. This one you need to do 5 leagues. I think maybe in 1 or 2 of them you can use more than one nation, but a lot of people are going to be using one nation. Brazil is going to be an extremely popular nation with that, because you've got to think about the amount of Brazilians in the Liga and the Country, the Bundesliga. But as soon as you need your goalkeeper, it may look like there's a lot of options, but the weirdest thing is non-rares are rarer than rares. And the reason for this is if I go and open a pack and get a rare, especially if I'm like, I don't know, young or don't understand FIFA, I probably think, oh, non-rares trash, discard them. Rares are the cool and shiny, whatever, I'm going to keep them. And as a result, it means non-rares end up getting quite rare. So, last year, I think Brazilian goalkeepers were worth about 2k at the beginning of FIFA. And they should do very well this year. We got 1 from the Country. Well, I say, the rares, Neto, Edison, Alisson, they're not going to be cheap. So your only options are these non-rares right here. Now, we've got, what do we have? We've got Country, Super League, Saudi Arabian League, another Country, Liga North, Saudi Arabian League, Premier League, and 2 more Liga North. As a result, you can see we've got, what, 3 Liga North, 2 Saudi Arabian League, and 2 Country. Probably the Prem guy, I'll be honest, was it Joe Gomez? He'll probably be doing the best. Just because there aren't actually that many Brazilians in the Prem that are cheap, so when you need 11 different leagues, you can only use the Prem once, like how you can use every league once. Because there aren't too many cheap Brazilians in the Prem, he probably won't be a bad option. Also, if we're looking at the Saudi Arabian leagues, they won't be too bad. But I do know there's quite a lot of Brazilians in Saudi Arabia, so you know, it won't be bad. But yeah, Joe Gomez should be a good card, and likewise with the Saudi Arabians. But at the end of the day, you can literally go with, you know, any of them, because all of them should do very well, going off of the previous knowledge from last year. Second filter we've got is Spanish centre-backs. Now, you're looking for Spanish centre-backs not in the Spanish league, because if I scroll down, you'll see you'll see literally Liga, La 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 Liga. And then when you need, again, lots of different leagues, but one nation, how many guys are not from the La Liga? Where you've got one here from the Liga North, one here from the Superliga, one here from the Liga, one here from the Prem, one here from the Bundesliga. But the thing is, when you're using a formation with, you know, 4 at the back, you now have and you've got a few, I guess, from the second La Liga, but you're probably going to be using those in your left and right mid position. So more likely than not, your centre-backs, you're going to have to use non-La Liga players, because you might already use one in left and right back, which as a result now means that you have a pool of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players who are all non-rare. And as I said earlier, non-rares are rarer than rares, which as a result makes them quite expensive. You know, I'll even go and show you an example right here of Mera. Mera did very well last year. Yep, there you go. He's even in FIFA this year. And the reason he did well in FIFA last year is because there was a lack of Spanish centre backs. So we go to his generation card right here. If you wonder, the website I do use for all this information is Footbin. I'll be honest, I'm a big old fan of Footbin. But there you go. You can see the beginning of FIFA. Hopefully, if I scroll down, actually. He was worth 4k on the Xbox and 3k. And you see he fluctuates loads because he goes in and out of cheap SBC solutions. And that's going to be the exact same here with all the Spanish players. There were, I think, only 3 options last year, but you did have Meccano, who was a rare. And as I said, rares are, you know, there might be 5 times the amount of rares than there are non-rares on the game. So they should do really well. That's Spanish centre-backs, not from the La Liga. Arguably also not from the second Spanish league. Next one we have is French goalkeepers. This, by the way, is going to be absolutely amazing. I can't believe I come across this gem. Now, as I said earlier, you're building a team where you need 11 different leagues. French, you know, there's a lot of French guys in, you know, leagues everywhere. Can't speak. But look at this. French goalkeepers. You have a Roller, who honestly I would back at the beginning of the game going for about 10k. 1, because he might get one to watch. 2, I think a lot of people are rating him over Ruffier and Lecomte, so I think he's going to be a very popular player. Therefore, there is only 1 French goalkeeper not in the league, and I generally think this guy's going to be just insane as an investment this year. You can look at the guy, there was a goalkeeper from the second French league, I think, last year, and he did pretty well at the beginning of the game, but this guy's going to do amazingly. Like, generally, look, every single one of these, apart from, again, Lloris and Roller, are out of the league, sorry, are in the Ligue 1. Which means when you need lots of different leagues, he's generally just going to be amazing. I'd almost back him probably being one of the best players you can go and invest in, snipe with, trade with. He should, it should be a really nice card. So there we go, we've got French League and goalkeepers. Next one we got is going to be French left backs. Reason for this, because you got to understand a lot of these guys can be expensive. You know, Digne, maybe not too pricey, but he's 83 rated Prem left back, probably going to be worth a little bit. Russelin, worth a bit. Mendy, worth a bit. Mendy, worth a bit. Theo Hernandez, worth a bit. What's that? It leaves us with 2 left backs who are both non-rare again. So as a result, French left backs should be very good to go and trade with, because again, there's going to be a rarity of them. Cliched, especially because of course you've got to imagine, you know, I showed you earlier, you know, there's loads of French players in the Ligue 1. Who would have thought? You know, a madman. But therefore, going for the non-Ligue 1 guy is obviously going to help you a lot more in SBC. So Gael Clichy should be worth absolutely loads, given that Digny's not going to be cheap. But I wouldn't imagine Digne is going to be too cheap. Next player is going to be Argentinian right back. Showed you earlier Zabaleta being worth more. Last year it was just Zabaleta and Bustos. This year we actually have these two and what is it? Booth, this guy right here. Sorry, no, this guy right here. A little bit interesting. I think Saravia will do very well. Reason for this is because he's the only rare Argentinian right back who's not playing for the Argentinian league. Of course, you can understand you might be using the Argentinian league in a different position. As a result, Zabaleta and Saravia are going to be way better in SBCs. I only think both players will do pretty well, but I think Saravia, also being a rare, will probably be flooded at the beginning. But again, I think it'll be amazing for SBCs. So top guy right here, might not be able to pronounce his name properly, but yeah, should be all good. This guy's also in the Argentinian league, obviously, but his badge is not popping up because EA don't have a license to the, or at least they didn't last year, to what's it called, Boca Juniors. But there we go. So there is the Argentinian right back. Should be a very good one as well. Next one is Argentinian left backs, equally as good. You know, you got Tagliafico, kind of a little bit, you know, not sure how much he'll be worth. Could be a nice investment. Might be getting a team week 1. So, you know, that's something. But yeah, the best guy right here is going to be Vahuni. You know, he's a non-rare. You know, given that Tagliafico might be a little bit, he's the only Argentinian left back not in the Argentinian league. So should see good things coming from him. Next one's going to head over to is a little bit interesting. Portuguese centre-back, like how I showed you earlier. Actually, no, this is something completely different. The interesting thing with this is, obviously, you'd expect a lot of Portuguese players in the Portuguese league. But if you look at this, there is actually only 4 centre-backs who are Portuguese from the Liga NOS. Therefore, if someone's trying to work on loads of strong links or something like that, these are going to be pretty useful. Because, you know, if you want to go for a trifecta, you want to go goalkeeper, centre-back for all them strong links, you know, you're going to be a little bit screwed. Because if you look at this, Pepe, you know, it'd be like 3-4k, but you've got 2 non-rares and a rare, and we had this last year. They just, you know, ended up getting very expensive because then we had the exact same layout. We had Ruben Diaz, I think a guy called Ferreira. I don't know if he's still playing. Yeah, there he is. And I think it might have been Neto. So, yeah, Pepe's the only addition to being lower rated this year, so he might work into that a little bit more. And the final one we've got for you is Colombia. Now, Colombia is a little bit of an outsider for leagues that were using the Advanced League SBC. A lot of people did end up using them, and you might see the same this year. I've kind of done a little bit of a checkout. You know, you basically can do it, but it's a bit of a hard one. So David Ospina might be worth a little bit of money. Arias might be worth a little bit of money. The left backs might be worth a little bit of money. But yeah, the main one is Arias because he is the only gold right back, and as stated in the SBC over here, you can only use gold. So again, what you understand is all these investments are going off the presumption that EA are going to re-release these SBCs, but there for the last 2 years they have them in the capture event. And even if they don't release them, it would be very hard for EA to release generic SBCs trying to teach people how to make hybrids without requiring loads of different leagues or something. Like, you know, if they don't make into this one, I'm very, very sure these players will be useful for another. So I'll give you a quick little recap. So we have got the likes of Argentinian right backs, we've got the likes of Brazilian goalkeepers, we've got the likes of Spanish non-La Liga centre backs, we've got the likes of literally Didalon, because he's the only non-Ligan goalkeeper, again, given that Arola's going to be worth lots of money. We got French left backs, especially Clichy and Kurzawa. We then have Argentinian right backs, Sarabia and Zabaleta. Then onto left backs, Tagliafico and Bahuni. Then Liga NOS, I'll be honest, I don't think this one's as good, but it's just something that can work. Is Liga NOS Portuguese centre backs. And finally we move on the way with Colombian right backs, and then maybe a little bit of left back and goalkeeper in there. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Anything you guys don't understand, do make sure to drop down in the comments below. I have actually updated the link of the guide. I apologise the last few days. Apparently the link hasn't actually been active. Link should be all good and working now. I say the stuff you see in the videos should basically have a written up format, so you can just, you know, quickly refer to that, then having to watch 10-minute videos here and there. So hope you guys have enjoyed the early access, I guess, player, hopefully, I don't know, hoping the trading thing. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow in another video where I might actually try and make some FIFA 20 cheapest SBC solutions going off the presumption that we're going to get these. So I'll make like the cheapest score goals, but using players from Footbin and so on and so on. So do make sure to tell me if you do want to see that, and I shall see you guys in another video tomorrow.